So the ABAC Agronomy Club Farm Tour is something that we do hopefully every year. We take students that have an interest in agronomy or the ag industry to different locations throughout the U.S. So we try and find things that are really special to that region and expose students to as many things that they might not be able to see normally in as short of time as possible.
Our first visit was to a cannabis farm, and our connection to that was through Ross Sapp. Ross is an alumni of ABAC, and he started working there a couple of years ago. And he had actually invited me out to see the operation the year before, and I wasn't able to go, and I thought this was a great opportunity to go see an alumni and where he works, and also expose our students to an interesting part of agriculture. Something that we are just now getting into in Georgia is the cannabis industry.
So we got to see and learn a lot about their precision agriculture. We got to look at a map that showed the heat marks of kind of where they're high in production and low, so that they know where next year where to plant and where not to plant, which is very similar to what we do in Georgia, but just a lot more calculated compared to our like corn, cotton, and peanuts.
Many of our students have only really been exposed to kind of our major crops in the Southeast. You know, ABAC is a fairly regional school, so we have a lot of students with a lot of experience in cotton, corn, peanuts, and some of our row crops, but we don't have a lot of students that have seen large-scale agriculture and that is maybe different in other regions, or that they produce different things. So doing this, we get to expose our students to a lot of different types of agriculture, and also we get to build a lot of connections.
The next stop on our trip was McCarty Family Dairy. They were very open to us. They let us see anything and everything we wanted to see. It was really cool. It's a dairy that actually has a condensing plant. So they actually take the milk to the next step.
Got to see where they feed everybody and where they all comfortably sleep at night. And then we also got to see their parlor and got to see, you know, how they milk their cows and everything. And then we also got to see where they keep their silage and a lot of their commodities, and that was pretty cool.
After that, we left and we went to Co Farms, and that is in southwest Nebraska. And they are a very large operation. They have a lot of cattle and they grow a lot of corn. They were very honest with us with the struggles that they have in farming and the things that they're up against, which is good. It gives the students more a real sense of farming. Our next day was a Sunday, and that was the day we decided to do a lot of sightseeing. So we went north from Nebraska into South Dakota. We visited the Badlands. I remember the first time I saw that. You go, why in the world would they call something the Badlands? And you pull up and you go, I get it now, okay? It's just this vast stretch of nothing. Just to look out over it is just breathtaking. So we stopped by there. We left there and we went to one of our nation's greatest monuments, Mount Rushmore, and just the awe that it inspired in students was wonderful to see. But we moved on down into Colorado and we went to an irrigation research farm. Irrigation is very unique in Colorado. Not unique in the methods they use. The only unique method we saw was where they use siphon tubes to take water out of a ditch and run it down a laser leveled field. But we saw pivots and drip irrigation and things like that. But just the way they approach irrigation. Here we try to be as efficient as possible. They're studying that, but they also are required by law to return a certain amount of water to the aquifer so that it can feed the rivers in the area. So a very, very different way of approaching irrigation.
Doing this, we get to expose our students to a lot of different types of agriculture, and also we get to build a lot of connections. It's a way to immerse yourself in this industry. You get to build friendships that you're going to have, people that you'll be in classes with, people that, you know, maybe 5 years down the road, you can call on the phone and say, hey, I have this question and I know that you do cotton and I don't really do that. You know, you get to build those connections, and that will help you not just while you're at ABAC, but, you know, further on, and seeing the networking opportunities that we have are just really special.